Okay. Hello, everyone. This is the Voncast show, and today I got with me Fernando. How's it going, man?
Pretty good, man. How you doing?
Pretty good. I just want to say thank you so much for coming down here last minute. I hit him up yesterday in the evening. Hey, super last minute, but can you come by and do the interview? And I'm glad you could, man. Thank you so much.
Hey, thanks so much for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man. So, for those you don't know, Fernando is a hip hop musician. He also makes beats and has a YouTube channel.
Yes.
Cool, man. So, when did you start rapping?
I started rapping about like sixth grade, and it was weird. The story is weird, but actually, I had this dude I was just best friends with, and we're cool now. Like we talked about it, but I guess he started being a dick, and he started like my mom had to pick him up. My mom, he would be dropped off. Me and my mom would carpool him and ourselves to Calvert Elementary, and yeah, he would just started being a dick. So I was like, man, I hate this guy. So I started writing a little notebook. Yeah. And then I noticed like my two worms like down and around rhyme together. So I was like, man, fuck this kid, yo. Fucking clown, McDonald's. I don't know. I just started writing about McDonald's and how he was a piece of shit, and then my parents found out the note, and then they were like, "What's this?" And then I cried, and then I was like, "Yeah," and now we're cool now. But that kind of basically started me, and then I just stopped talking to everybody, and I just started venting through my shit. And I started. It was weird. It was like I was more introverted, like when I was writing, because I got everything out.
Right.
And then I just started from there. And then all my problems that I had, I would just go to my notebook, and over time I just started becoming less aggressive and more just chilled out, because I let all my aggression through my notebook. It was cool.
Wow, that's a really healthy way of getting your stress and frustration out through venting, through writing music. I've done that in the past when I was younger too. That's really cool, man, that you use that outlet as a healthy way to cope with life and to get your frustration out. It's almost like a journal, your diary, but it rhymes.
Yeah.
Okay, so taking us back to this time when you first started, who did you listen to? Who were you listening to?
Oh, man. My dad was he wasn't a gangster, but he listened to gangster shit. Like, he had Ice Cube, he had Biggie, he had 50 Cent. I didn't listen to Tupac until later on, but he's, like, really, like, big. He really influenced me in the storytelling and all that shit.
Right.
But I really listened to like, going back, you know.
Right.
And I just loved their shit. And deep in my heart, I was like, man, like I felt something in my heart, like, man, this guy is just making me feel a certain way with the words he's saying. Like, I wish I could do that one day, and I really want to do that. And this was like when I was 4, and I just, when you have your first love and you feel it deep in your heart, that's the type of like intense emotion I felt when I was hearing like this music.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely, dude. Like, I get you. I mean, it's crazy, like when you're just a fan, and you cross that line to becoming an actual artist where you want to pursue it. Like, oh, yo, this is so cool. Do you remember what song in particular you listened to where you're like, yo, I want to do this?
Fuck. Man, let me think of like 2 or 3 songs. One of them was Just Like Music by Eric Simone, and it was a remix of Marvin Gaye. Do you know that song?
Yeah.
With the dun, dun, dun.
Eric
that
Sermon,
one,
right?
Yeah, Eric Sermon, yeah. And also like Fucking You Tonight by R. Kelly. And even though I was too young to understand what's going on, I'm like, yeah, I want to rap like this and like sing like that.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe not like pee on people like R. Kelly, but like close.
Sex cult gang. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's some fucked up shit. So with these influences, so I take it you're like, so when you first started making music, hip hop or lyrics, were you more like storytelling? Were you more like the flow, or were you like about like the bars and the wordplay?
For me, it was more storytelling and more like just like vibing. Like my flow was kind of it was more fucked up when I would write it compared to when I would freestyle it. When I freestyle it, it would just come out perfect, everything good. Yeah. But then when I would like really concentrate on like rapping stuff that I already wrote, I would breathe too hard. I would sound too monotone because I was taking it too serious.
Yeah.
And I would just fuck it up. But my freestyles were always just more fun and just spontaneous.
You know, I totally agree. I'm in the same boat with you.
I feel you.
Did you start freestyling first, or did you? Oh, you started writing first.
I started writing first.
Yeah, same. And then like freestyling, just to me, it's more loose and it's just. I kind of like it because you feel like it's not recorded, so you don't have to worry about the pressure.
Yeah.
Whereas if it's recorded, how many takes do you have to do and all this stuff?
Exactly. And if you're on a time constraint, like time, like when you have to go to work later, or like you're like that weighs on you, so then you're like you overthink it, and it becomes more like of a technical thing and more of like a robotic thing. All right, record this audio, make it, you know, and then it stops becoming fun, and then I think and then you hear it like this isn't fun anymore. You don't have the same vibe, and then it fucks with you. Like it fucks with me. Like
I get you. One thing I learned that helps me out is if I memorize a song ahead of time.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of memorizing stuff.
No, me neither.
We're freestylers.
Yeah,
freestyle. I don't memorize shit. When I read it off the paper, it I don't know. Sometimes it loses that enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Whereas if I memorize it, then it's as if I'm freestyling.
Exactly, dude. Like the first song that I ever remembered and said all the way through with, and I practiced like pausing. I had a real problem with pausing. So you'd hear me like in my old tracks, which I deleted. I just took out. I don't want people hearing that shit. That's just bad. But I'm just kidding. All my shit's great. But don't check it out because it's horrible. But like I practiced pausing, and I wrote little P's where I wanted to pause, like in my notes. Is this song called "Think About You"? It's a romantic song, and then it sounded perfect. And like the reason why it sounded perfect was because I wrote the pauses down. I practiced the pauses, and then I did like some demo recordings where I would record everything, and it didn't sound as perfect, but it was just enough so I could audibly hear everything I was saying and pronouncing, and then I would just listen through it throughout my day, and then when I finally recorded like the full version, it sounded perfect.
Yeah, you gotta take sometimes and try it over and over again.
Yeah.
So, do you have a rap name, or do you just go by Fernando?
Well, it was like Fernando P, Fernando Pey, and it's something I stuck with. I was like, I'm gonna use my full name, but I'm like, nah, cause I don't want people knowing where I live. So fuck that.
I get you.
But I still want to have Fernando, so I was like, oh, Fernando P, and then I was like, oh, Fernando P with the dots whack. Let me just add Pey. That makes it sound more, you know. People thought I was like Asian or something because I had the Pey. Like, oh, you're Asian? I'm like, nah. I'm chilling. I wish I had, like, bro, you had such great genetics. Like, you look like you're still 20.
Oh,
like,
thanks.
Like you just turned 20. Like with all
Same
the
with
face.
you, bro.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, I turned 30 in less than a month.
That's what's up, dude.
How old are you?
I'm 20. I just
You're
turned
20?
20 in August 13th.
Oh my God, you have such a long life ahead of you.
Oh, thanks,
Your
man.
20s are, you have a good amount of time to do your thing. Oh man, I'm envy your age, man.
Ah, sorry, man.
20s. That's okay. It's okay. Anyways, who are your influences? So now,
man,
like who do you listen to and you get inspired to write?
Man, well, it's there's certain influences that come out of like a bunch of different angles. Like for example, like Gary V, I know I see Metaphorist text about him. I see Zuko text about him. I see you not text, Instagram about him. And like I'm glad that everybody's like just on this Gary V like trip, because I barely got on him when I saw him on an interview with Logic. I was like, this guy's saying some good shit. I started following him, and then that's why I like he's like put out content every day, and I'm like, shit, I want to put out content every day. That's what gets on my nerves, because I'm like, shit, I want to make this perfect. I want to make shit every day, but I want to make it perfect. So like,
yeah, I mean, I would say with that is quality over quantity.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I think what he says, push every day, maybe like put more stuff put out there more often than not.
Yeah.
But it has to sound good.
Yeah, that's true.
And good things take time.
Yeah, that's
depending
true.
what kind of rap you do. I mean, if you do something a little simple, you may not have to put a lot of thought into it. But, from your kind of music, your kind of raps, it's more intricate, more subtle, like double meanings. And you may have to take more time on that.
That's true.
Any like hip-hop musicians.
Hip-hop musicians.
Like,
man, hip-hop musicians. 50 Cent, like I said, Biggie, like I said, but also who I'm getting into is I don't know. I just like hearing the boom bap. It like the study session boom bap. You know those live. Like it's on YouTube. There you find chill hip hop on YouTube. Like the live, like that always inspires me.
Right.
But I don't like listening to the beats because then like I want to write and I'm like shit. I need to like. Then I had to like go through recording over it, and then I have to go through like paying for the beat when I could just make a beat myself, and then we'll have to go to like the legal issues. Like so, I'm like, oh man, I want to get inspired. I want to feel this, but I'll get too inspired to the point where I'll have to like buy the beat where I can just make a beat myself. And but who also inspires me, what really inspires me, I don't want to sound like I'm kissing ass or anything, but I always like seeing going to like Vocal Artillery, the HHCC Hip Hop Culture Club, fucking JD with Open Canvas, like seeing that shit, I'm just like, damn, these motherfuckers are putting out some good shit. Like seeing them perform live is a whole different experience because everybody's into it. Right. Fucking solo and like shit. I want to do some shit, man.
I mean, what's nice about that is just it's tangible. You can like be there. You can be present. Yeah. You can be part of it. Yeah. You know, I think that's cool that you're into the local scene. I think that us local artists and whatever, all local people, we gotta like stick together and like build up our own thing. Yeah. You know, I think it's really great. I mean, you can literally like reach out to these artists. I mean, you know these people. Yeah. I'm definitely trying to interview like JD and CJ from Collective Lifestyle Open Canvas. But yeah, I definitely agree, man. Like, we really have to support each other. We gotta like give each other platforms, and you know, all of us can shine. I think there's this ill mentality, ill in a bad way, that there can only be one. Yeah. You know, like a very cutthroat thing. There's only one best rapper. Man, there's so much like light for us to shine. Yeah. We all can make it. We all have our each own sound. Yeah. You know, I think it's when you get into that kind of negative mindset that you're closing out opportunities for yourself.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know, so yeah, definitely, man. I mean, like, I get inspired by those too. I'd love to go. It's just I'm working a lot.
Yeah, no, I feel
you.
But
man, going to open mics, I mean, it's like these are your friends, you're like acquaintances, and like you see them. It's like, damn, I can do this too. Yeah. There is not too much difference. Like we're not separated by like hundreds and thousands of SoundCloud plays across the state or like all these views. No, these are our peers. Yeah. So I definitely agree that, you know, seeing the local scene, it gets me inspired as well. Yeah. Very good answers, man.
Thanks, man.
Let's see. So you said you make beats. Yeah. When did you start making beats?
10th grade. 10th grade was a point in my life where I started like ninth to 10th, like the ninth and the beginning semester of 10th, where it was like I was more social. I was just like, like I would make a bunch of fucked up jokes that made me lose friends, but it wasn't like any like offensive jokes. It was just more like just I don't want.
Yeah, it's okay. You don't.
Yeah. No, because I don't want to make the. It's not gonna. It's gonna make the podcast listeners feel weird, but it just is certain shit. But yeah, then I have my sense of humor. But then like I've noticed since I was different, like people started towards like 10th grade, like the what's that their fault? The spring semester. I started noticing like people were being like, I don't want to say fat, you know, they were just changing and just like, you know, like, oh, what the fuck, Fernando's weird, Fernando's this and that. I was like, man. So I got into my state before where now I just detached. I'm like, okay, you don't fuck with me, that's cool. But back then I was a little more emotional. I was just like, man, you guys don't like me, fuck you guys, fuck, you know, fuck everybody. I was like, all right, you know, and then that mind state kind of went like stuck with me towards it was bad socially, but it was good for my writing process because I was just like, man, I don't fuck with any of these motherfuckers. So let me just write everything down with my notebook. My notebook's my best friend. Fuck everybody else. And that stuck with me. And it was bad emotionally. But I mean, no, it was good for therapy. It was bad socially, but it was good because it helped me like build my rhyme structure, build everything, and like help me. I would write at least 5 to 7 to 10 pages like a day on my little notepad. I always bring a notepad from like in 10th grade. People were like, what are you writing? I'm like, oh, just some shit. Yeah, I'm writing my diss track to you. Like, fuck you. You know, but what were we talking about? I forget.
Oh, when did you start making beats?
Oh, yeah. So then I was like, you know what? I can't depend on anybody to make the type of beats I want. the same way I can't depend on anybody like socially.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just, you know what, I'm gonna do solo. So I just started going on GarageBand. I was like, you know what, I tried to do it on my PC, but then my PC didn't work. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna use GarageBand.
Right.
So slowly I started learning how to loop. I started like getting beats, and then I started buying drum kits. And this wasn't even the newer one. This is the old GarageBand 3. And I managed to like be able to make boom bap eventually, and have people fucking with it. And people were like, "What do you use? GarageBand? GarageBand? That sounds like shit. What?" And then everybody was just like shocked when I would tell them that. But it was just like this. The saying from DJ Premier says, "It's not all about the instrument; it's the man behind the instrument." And I felt like I was able to craft my skills enough as a producer to take anything that I felt or any sound that I had in my head, and then just translate it into GarageBand, make it into a beat, and then make it into a song. And that's what I did on the song Senioritis that I made later on in my senior year of high school in Canoga. And everybody fucked with it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, I tried the whole making beats thing when Kanye West came out. There's like, oh, he makes.
What's up, man?
You know that guy?
No, I might.
What? Yeah. What's up?
I can hear you. A little bit.
You're good.
Yeah, we're good.
You're good. Anyways, so what was I doing?
You were talking about making beats.
Yeah, I tried the Fruit Loops thing. It didn't work. Man, I sucked at it. But that's good. I think learning how to make beats and like engineer, those are good traits, because you can't always count on people to make beats or do anything for you. Like it's good having this knowledge, and you can use this knowledge later on in the future to kind of like not leverage, but to like you can show what you can do. You don't just rap. You can make beats too. Yeah, and that's an asset. These are assets.
That's true.
So what kind of beats do you usually make? Boom bap stuff?
I love boom bap.
I've
been getting into like trap, like the big 808s. I learned how to like actually make the 808 sound good and like not distort it, but not when the 808 sounds, it's sort of like it sounds
like
bad.
Bass boost?
Yeah, it sounds like they'll boost it, but boost it to the point where it's like inaudible. Like a good example of some like distorted bass, but it still sounds good, is like X and Extenuacion. Like he has distorted bass, but it still sounds good. Like they EQ it pretty good. But a bad example of bad bass is just find any bass boosted this song, and sometimes you'll hear it like pop out your speakers and like fuck with your speakers. And I'm slowly learning how to like make the 808s better. I'm thinking about buying some drum kits and getting into it, and but
that's good, man. I think it's good that you're transitioning and adapting to the new stuff. I mean, I love boom bap to the death. You know,
fuck yeah,
it's awesome. But it's cool to like try out new stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, I hate to say if you want to stay relevant, quote unquote, because there's a group of people who love boom bap and just boom bap. It's a small niche. But if you want to get out there and work with different artists, you gotta step it up and like try different styles. Yeah. But nothing wrong with staying with boom bap. That's like as good as, it's amazing.
I love boom bap.
So what's your writing process? So like, do you put on a beat first? Do you come up with a concept first? Or you kind of let the beat kind of dictate what you write about?
Man, it kind of depends like on all aspects, but like recently I've noticed when I get into certain situations that make me feel uncomfortable, that's when I come up with my best shit. Like I'll go out with somebody I don't want to. I'll talk to an old friend. I'll talk to people, which it's weird. It's like I'm extroverted, like I'm at work, and people assume, oh, you're so outgoing. But I rather just chill and just at home. I don't want to say.
No, I get you.
Yeah, masturbate and that too, and just
Pornhub gang.
Hell yeah, and just chill. And then but when I get out of my comfort zone, like go on dates and just do shit that's out of my comfort zone, that's like it really inspires me. So like a really great writing process, even though it's not part of writing, it's just going out and do something that makes you feel weird, like makes you like, even working out can be part of the process, because it gets you in the mind state where, man, I lift these weights, I can crush anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, oh, I went out with this pretty girl, man, I could do anything.
Right.
You know, and then it gets you in that powerful, like, aggressive mindset where, like, man, all right, put on this beat, let's do it. Also, a part of my writing process is like, I might like write down a story, and then I'm like, all right, I want this part to be the first verse, this part to be the second verse, this part to be the third verse. Now let me do this. Like, there's so many different things, but basically it's all derived of just shit that goes on in my life. And
right.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Yeah, I myself am pretty extroverted at work. I work at retail.
Oh yeah,
so
I feel you. Yeah.
But more and more, I've learned that I like staying home.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, a good way for me to decompress is, you know, have my laptop open, you know, like have my social media open, like watch YouTube videos, like Breakfast Club or No Jumper, or like anything, like watch anime or whatever, and then be on social media, and like that helps me just kind of relax. I
feel you.
You know, and then I hear, like, if I hear a dope beat, oh shit, I'm start writing to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the older I get, the more I tend to really appreciate my alone time.
Yeah, I feel you.
And it helps. I'm productive that way.
That's
I mean,
good.
it's fun. Don't get me wrong. Hanging out with friends, going out, partying. It's great, but it's never done much for my creative process.
I feel you.
You know, if you get drunk to a certain point or whatever, you're not really going to do too much.
Yeah.
So how did you start freestyling? I mean, you wrote a lot as a youth on your notebook.
Yeah.
What made you want to I'm going to say it off the top of my head.
Man, what started with just people like, hey, I heard you rap. Come on, spit for us. Like people just encouraging me. I'm like, all right, fuck it. And what's really what I think you guys should check out. Von's in the video, Soul's in the video, Quinn's in the video. You should check out what's it called? It's like the C-Sun Cypher or some shit. I put it on my YouTube channel. It was like the first time I met everybody. And
right.
Did you see that or not?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I put the whole cipher out, and it was fun. We had fucking Mr.
That's
Master.
Fun. Yeah.
Everybody was fun. But like, what really just got me into it was just people telling me to spit. And other times, like when I'm home alone, I'm a fucking maniac, dude. Like there's a daycare next to my house, and like
sounds okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not gonna say anything crazy. No R. Kelly jokes.
Okay.
But it's just there's a daycare near my house, and it's all fucked up because sometimes I just yell out random shit, or I'm just banging on the tables, or like my little dog, oh Bruno, like I just start talking to him like he's a human being, like my little dog, and I just sound like a maniac. But I just started freestyling. It's just all spontaneous. It just comes out of the moment. But what I really like is just being encouraged by the people I'm around. Yeah.
Definitely, because I remember. I don't know if it's as prevalent now, but you know, when I was younger, you're kind of tested. Like, oh, you spit something right now, freestyle.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know. Did you ever come across that? Like, were people like when you said you rap, the people off the top say, "All right, spit it right now. Talk about this."
You know, I didn't have that much aggressiveness like towards me, but also because just I was around some cool people. But it was good because like they were encouraging. It was kind of bad because I didn't get too much criticism at points where I needed it. You know, like I feel like I needed, like looking back at it, I feel like I didn't get enough criticism, or either that, or I didn't know how to take it, or like I feel like if I matured to a point where if I hear somebody criticize me, or like I'm like, all right, you know, there's some I'll evaluate it. But a lot of times it would help me grow. So like I didn't get too much aggressiveness towards me to tell me how to spit, but I wish I did, so then I could like evaluate it and then like, all right, this is what I need to do, and then, you know, to help me develop and grow. But
I mean, for me it's same, because like most of my friends didn't rap, so they really couldn't give me criticism or criticize. But I mean, were you ever like put on the spot? I mean, not being aggressive, but like, oh, you rap, let's hear something. Did that ever happen a lot?
Yeah, that happened a lot. But
is that still prevalent now, or do you just go, oh, check out my SoundCloud?
Nah, like I barely use. I should start using SoundCloud more. I just use YouTube, but
YouTube's
like
popping. I mean,
YouTube's popping. Yeah. Always. But yeah, I get like some like, yeah, spit right now, like my coworkers spit right now, you know, and I'm like, I'm down for it. Like
that's
I don't really care. Yeah,
gotta always be ready.
Always.
So talk us through the mental process of you freestyling. So let's say someone wants to go, all right, freestyle right now. How do you go about freestyling as opposed to just memorizing something you've written?
Honestly, freestyling, there's like two ways I can go about it.
Okay.
It can either be the vibe and just like, all right, I had this and this. I never want to overthink it, which is something I tend to do sometimes when I'm thinking about, man, what will make the crowd react?
Right.
What will make the crowd react? That's all I'm thinking about. Like, all right. But then while I'm flowing, so it sounds like, okay, he's. I'm not even focused on like rhyming so good. I'm focused on what will the crowd react to.
Right.
And like, there was like, I forget the guy's name. It was the black guy with who was hanging out with he was in CSUN Culture Club, and I was like,
Solo?
dude. No, not solo. I forget what his name is,
Me
but
too.
I'll show the picture.
Okay.
But he looked like Kanye West, and I was like, dude, you look like Kanye West. I barely even knew him. I was like, dude, you look like Kanye West. And then so I was like, I'm gonna say this during the freestyle, and like people are gonna react to it, but I know JD was there.
Yeah.
And I forget who else was there, but when I told them, I was like, they're gonna react even harder. So I was like, everybody knows I'm the motherfucking best. My homie over here look like Kanye West, and that was my last line. So everybody was like, oh,
right.
So he do though. So
That's
I always
true.
just think about what will make the crowd react. That's sometimes I you know I say some crazy like stuff.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I just go for what's fun.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, man.
What about you?
Same, man.
Yeah.
I mean, coming from that scene, like I never battled much, but freestyling in the crowd.
Yeah.
How I assess how well I do with freestyling is how much the crowd reacts.
Mm-hmm.
If they're like, all right, whatever, then I did bad. But
Yeah.
shit. So I try to think of like relevant topics or current topics.
I feel that.
Let's say a new movie came out.
Yeah.
Or like a new song came out, or some meme came out. I rap about that.
Hell yeah.
Or I look at the surroundings, like you said, this guy resembles Kanye West. You talked about it. I do the same. It can be tough. Like I have my good days and bad days, but I definitely think it's a lot more fun than just like reciting something that you just said, and you can keep going.
Yeah,
I mean, shit.
yeah.
Like when people like ran through all the memorized rhymes, what are they gonna say?
I feel I feel that.
To each his own. I mean, in that sense, the downside to it is my writing game isn't as good as my freestyling game, and that's what I'm trying to work on. It's tough. Like you said, my enunciations are like I'm off with the timing because I'm so nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm kind of grateful. Like not to go back on topics, but that's why I'm kind of grateful that like I was a little more isolated.
Yeah.
Because even though I was more isolated and like was like my like fuck everybody shit, I was also on some shit where I was like, all right, I'm not gonna talk to anybody, but I'm gonna translate all the feelings that I have, everything I think about like emotionally and logically into like the pen and paper. I feel like a lot of people kind of fall into this trap where they're just like, all right, I'm gonna be like a hardcore motherfucker, and I'm gonna say everything hardcore. Like that gets them to a trap where they turn in this persona instead of translating their personality into the song. And like I feel like all those years, it wasn't too much, but all those years of just like, isolating myself from writing everything, and not talking to anybody, but just translating everything I wrote, helped me to get to the level I'm at now, where I can feel any emotion, and it can be sad, it can be whatever. I'll write about anything, like, and being able to translate it, like,
that's cool, man. I mean, I think that sometimes you gotta like have your alone time, and it pays off.
Yeah, it pays off.
Like,
it's always a pain. The first step is always a pain in the ass. It's like I could write later, and then as soon as you know it's the next day, and like
I definitely put off a lot of writing just to hang out. And
I feel you.
I don't know, and plus like I need my alone time too, just to memorize songs, because it's hard to memorize songs when like, you're around people. I have to hear like the instrumental back and do it over. So I think it does pay off, man. Like sometimes you got to make small sacrifices like that to just kind of achieve a bigger goal. Say no to like parties or hanging out. I do it more often now because like, dude, like what other era in technology or in hip hop can someone like you and I, who don't have a record deal, just use technology we have, put music out there, do this podcast? Yeah, we gotta take advantage of it.
That's true. Yeah.
So I also noticed you do have a YouTube channel. I mean, you have a following. I mean, you're able to have your own URL. How did you start a YouTube channel?
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
How am I able to?
Yeah, like how are you able to build up such a following? Like, what did you do?
Man, I kind of like it was good at the moment. Then I fucked it up because I stopped posting everything, and I just like, so like, you can I have a certain following, but it doesn't. They're not as reactive to them as they used to be because like I stopped posting for a long ass time.
Yeah.
But at the time, I just started putting out content every single day. Like it didn't even matter if it like made sense. I put out these things called Fernando vlogs, and like thinking back at it now, it's just a bunch of, it's like a cringe fest, dude. Like it's like you ever had some shit you do like when you're little and you look back at it and you're like, fuck.
Hell yeah.
I wish I didn't do that. Yeah, so it's just a bunch of that. But like it didn't even have a narrative. I put out vlogs that just showed me doing dumb shit. Like for example, I got some like there was a part in one of my vlogs where there was like a cheese pizza.
Okay.
And then I just scraped off all like the cheese from everybody else's, and then I just put it on my pizza and ate it. I also like there was a bunch of like masturbation jokes everywhere, and what else? It was all a bunch of freaking me like zooming in on my teacher's forehead.
Oh my gosh!
And
you
then
did
people,
this in class?
What?
You did this in class?
Yeah, in the class, yeah. Well, I love Canoga, dude. That's why nobody gives a shit. Like I show the teacher, like, oh, that's some funny shit, Fernando. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, thinking back now, that could be like.
Yeah,
that could be a lot of views.
Yeah, the thing about that now, like I'm like, shit, I need to get back on that shit. I'm just worried about how they're gonna be receptive to it.
Yeah.
Like, they would fuck more with the vlogs than my music, and like I'm worried about the balance because like I want to say some actual real shit.
Yeah.
At the same time, I still want to have my sense of humor, and I'm worried about how that'll balance out. Like,
I mean, I think you can do both, right? You can exist on both planes. I think having both shows a depth of your character. Like You're not just a rapper or you're not just a vlogger. You're kind of both.
That's true.
I think you could possibly embrace it. I mean, it's one thing I guess it'd be one thing if they're contradicting.
Yeah.
But I think it's good. Like I'm trying to do the music, podcasting. I want to do vlogs too. Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, man, I mean, what camera do you use?
Honestly, I just use my phone.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, iPhone 7 is really good camera.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get.
I also have a Canon, which I recently got.
Nice.
There's also I'm gonna put out a really beautiful. I found this model. Her name is Gabriela Bustos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna put out some good content. I can't say what it is, but she's a beautiful model, and I've made some great stuff with her.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, but usually I just use my iPhone.
That's cool. I mean, see, I'm debating too. Like, I want to do vlogs. Should I just get an iPhone 7 or should I get an iPhone 7 and should I get like a camera? I'm not sure. Cause I feel the iPhone 7 might be good enough. Cause the camera is great. The lighting, if you know how to use it and edit it, right?
Yeah, I feel like I'll go back to what Gary Vee says. Just put it out. Like honestly, like if you have iPhone 5 isn't that bad, right? With the camera?
No, it's just my front camera. It's all dusty, as you can tell.
Dusty. Just use your back or something.
Yeah, maybe. I definitely just wanna. I feel like you can put it out whatever, but the quality goes a long way.
Yeah.
Hopefully by end of December, my birthday, I can afford a refurbished iPhone 7.
I feel that.
And it just, go from there. So what kind of content do you make for YouTube?
Sure.
You say like you do some like prank stuff?
Man, well, I haven't done like any pranks. The closest thing I did to a prank is I did some shit here at CSUN. It was during finals week.
Yeah.
My friend Gerardo, he's an amazing soccer ball player. I went with him and my friend Michael, and we went to Foster's Donuts, which is like near Chatsworth.
Yeah.
He has beautiful donuts. They went there and we bought some donuts and we just gave them out. Like it was like a social experiment type of thing. It was just dealing with the public. I don't want to sound like a fuck boy, but I want to like probably not this college, maybe just all over, maybe like UCLA. I want to do like the picking up girls because like even when I get rejected, it's pretty funny.
Right.
And I have a video of that too. It's people cringe at it. People like it. Whatever. They feel good about themselves when they look at me getting rejected, which is good. But I also do like little vlogs. Also, my homie Diego James. His name is James Lowe, like his artist name. We went to downtown LA. We went to Hollywood. It just shows the background of the music stuff that I do and certain shit that I do when I get out my comfort zone. Yeah. I feel like the best content ever, like I said, either between vlogs or music, is just when I get out of my comfort zone and do something different. And always when I like, even no matter like, even though I sound like a loud, like I'm not just dude who has like a like ego or whatever, like I always feel like nervous when I get on stage. Like all the time. Like the smile is just, but well, okay, let's go back. I'm getting on tangent. I get on tangent.
No,
whatever.
I like tangents. Go for it.
I forgot what I was saying. But yeah, I do vlogs, and then I do this thing where I remix like either it's a trending topic or whatever, and people seem to like it. I like, there was a video of this one girl who was playing a Game Boy, and she didn't know how to use the she thought it was like a touch screen, so she was trying to touch the screen and she didn't know to use the arrow keys. So it went viral, and I was like, shit, let me piggyback some views. So I got it, and then I just slowed the video down, made it to a beat, rapped over it, and I rapped about my narrative, which is I'm from the 90s, and I don't know about this. Like, I'm kind of new to this touchscreen shit. I mean, not like super new like everybody else. Like, I'm 1997, but I was still pretty new to it, and I grew up with the Game Boy also. And I just like, I'll be that 90s baby who makes a lot of noise. If you want to check that out. But I'm just doing that. But I also want to balance that out with putting actual stuff out. I want to do some remixes to JD beats. I want to do some original stuff. But I don't know. I feel like Vaughn told me that I should just keep putting out content. And I'm kind of starting to agree with him now, because a big obstacle of mine is just like, you know what? Nah, I want to do this when I have a bigger fan base, when I have more people supporting me, because I don't want it to just put out and have it just like have people like react to it like, nah. At the same time, I don't want to annoy people like, hey, check out my stuff. Hey, check out my stuff. Hey, check out my stuff.
Don't ever do that.
Yeah. No, bro. Like, it's a good thing you follow me. Like, when we met each other, because back when I was in high school, I was fucking annoying. Like, I would tag people on my shit.
Oh, yo. I made a meme about that. So
No, I saw that.
Yeah, like, okay.
And I'm like, I'm glad I didn't do that now.
My thing with that is like, if your content is good, or if the person's willing to check it out, we'll check it out. When you tag people on your like Facebook, you got new content, you tag people, that's so annoying. Like, sometimes I get a couple posts, like, dude, they tag like 25 plus people. One time I saw like 99 people.
Damn.
I unfollowed because that's like, you're just like, that's thirsty.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you notifying me in that sense, like, yeah, I'll have to see it, but no, I do the exact opposite. I don't check that shit out.
Yeah.
Fuck that. Like, that's so like thirsty. Like, find another way to be creative with your audience. Find another way to engage. I mean, I get it. Like, if you subscribe to YouTube's cool. I'll check it out maybe then. But tagging like that, like tagging is cool. Maybe if I'm part of it, like if I'm a cameo or a feature. But that's good. You learn early. Some people, they're like older. They don't get it, but at the same time, they're older. They may not get like the social media nuances that you and I may get. Yeah. So yeah, man. I mean, you gotta get out there. How long have you had your YouTube channel for?
Since 10th. Well, I had it for a while, but I started really uploading in 10th grade. So that's since I was 16. So I'm 20, like 4 years.
That's good, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah, I had a YouTube channel when I was a lot younger. Like. And it went good. I had these 2 videos that got 500,000 views. Sick. I asked this girl, like, I'm not gonna say her name. I asked this girl, like, what a pearl necklace was, and like what some other like sex stuff randomly. I didn't think it'd go viral. It was just her answering, hey, what's this? Oh, this is when you do this and that. It went freaking viral, dude, and I almost got monetized like early. But then later on, she goes, hey, like, do you mind taking those down? I'm like, yeah, of course. I don't mind at all. I respect that.
Yeah,
that's her.
She
has. I think he's a YouTube still, and I get it. So, I'm trying to get back on the YouTube thing.
I feel it.
Now, what's tough for me is, in order to get a YouTube URL, you need to follow all these requirements, and one of them is having 100 subscribers. To me, that's tough. Like, I have like 22. I mean, I admit I haven't been really focusing on my YouTube game. It's more the podcasting.
I feel that.
Maybe when I get a camera, once again, I can start doing vlogs. Do you have any advice for like any upcoming YouTube artists? Like, if you want to do well on YouTube, you've been here for a while. You've seen like 4 years is a good amount of time.
Yeah.
Do you have any suggestions or advice?
Well, maybe some suggestions that I have. Let's maybe I have some suggestions towards you. I understand that like you said your camera, your phone camera is dusty. I feel like right now is like a perfect like. I feel like if you wait till you get like an iPhone 7, you'll miss out on recording some beautiful moments like in your life. Like right now, you can record. Like I'm actually just like got some B-roll from what's going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
And you can make the argument that it's a good camera or whatever, but I feel like you're missing out. Like I'm focusing on the quality.
True.
More than just recording everything,
Okay.
because you said the front camera's dusty, which is I understand, but like you could always use a back camera.
Okay.
Like, hey, this is what I'm doing, and just like put it out. Because like the mistake that I've made was I had a good amount of following, but I lost it just by not like making them feel, just by not posting. And
right.
I feel like you post a lot more than I do. So you have like, and you have J57 following you. You have fucking
that's
you have fucking legend.
No, I mean just
you have like
yeah.
you have some big people following you, and I
just
feel like
people. I don't wanna.
But of course, like he's already,
I mean, shouts out Jay. No, he's cool, but we're like friends.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying though. I mean, like, yeah.
And they support you, and like, oh shit, Snapchat's sick.
Yeah, man. News. I mean, you're right. I thought of doing that. Actually, what I did with my phone has been acting up really slow. I deleted all my pictures, and now like for like 3 gigs.
Oh damn.
Because maybe now I can start doing videos. I'll do that. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just like what I noticed, like what got me like more subscribers is I had a bunch of videos that were just out. I would be in Warner Center Park saying some poetry. I would be, just doing some fuck shit. So I just like, you know what, let me empty this out. But I just put a post on Instagram saying how I'm gonna put this out. So I just put up a bunch of random videos all at one time, and like every video gave me like 1 new subscriber. So I noticed like also you don't really need to put out like super great quality content.
Right.
If they see you're consistent, like you'll get the followers on subscribers. Yeah. There's this one dude, I forget his name, like, but he started following me way back.
Yeah.
He's this dude who does poetry.
Yeah.
And what he did was he just got a picture like of a sunset, of like some flowers, some bees. He would put his lyrics out, which you don't have to do, but he put lyrics out, and he would you could tell he was recording on like a mic on your phone. It was it kind of popped a little bit, but he had a good message, and he would post things every day. And it started from 40 views to 50 views to 200 to 300. He's getting at 300 views from posting a video that doesn't have like any like, moving characters, but he's consistent. So he gained a following. So he gained enough leverage to like gain more views than me. And you could say, oh, you have an iPhone 7. But the thing is, I didn't put enough work, so I don't deserve those views that he's getting right now. Right. And I feel like if you focus too much on the quality and like the front camera's dusty, you're missing out on these perfect opportunities. That's true. And you have homies who like, if they see your vlogs, they like your content, they'll support you. I'll fucking, I'll put you on my story.
Likewise.
And then, you just don't focus too much on the quality as much as, music is a whole different thing. But if you just want to show a vlog, I feel like you should just focus more on just putting it out.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's wise words, wise advice. Okay, so, like, with vlogging, do you just start filming whatever? Do you have a narrative? Do you decide, okay, today I'm going to focus on this topic, or you just kind of just pull out your camera whenever you see fit?
What will work out really good is if you wrote, like, a bubble map. What are you doing today? So, say for me, I wrote out, I didn't even write out anything. Sometimes it's just a spontaneous moment, but, you can write out. So what did you do today?
I went to work. Okay. And I'm doing this right now.
All right, sick. So you could have just like recorded yourself going into here. It could be like a weekly vlog. You could start slow. So like this is a pretty like good impactful moment, because you said that you didn't always get to use the thing, or within 5 minutes like we would be canceled off. We would have to not be able to use this. Like, right here was a good moment to vlog. Even right now is a good moment to vlog. Yeah. You can do this, and then it's also really motivating if you like, since you want to be an artist. So it's really good to just set up different goals for you. Like, are you doing anything after this?
Yeah, I got to do some stuff.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, if you were free like after 7:30, there's a open mic over there. So like
where?
At Hollywood.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to a UC, like the one in the UCLA dorms. Like, there's no guarantee that I'm gonna get in.
Wait, why do they? I don't get, like, did they check your ID or something, your school ID?
Nah, but it's just more like I kind of get it though, because they're just more safety wise or some shit like that.
Right.
Cause it sounds kind of bad, like, oh, but yeah, it's a whole different thing. So for the podcast listeners that don't know, I contacted some dudes running an event at UC, like a UCLA dorms, and he doesn't care. He like, I signed up for the event. He's like, oh, like, he asked the number one question that I get asked sometimes, was do you go here? I'm like, nah, but I saw your event. So it's not a guaranteed thing, but I still want to do it because it makes me feel uncomfortable, and it kind of stresses me out because I'd rather just be at home. But I know for sure that it will make some good content, but it'll also be a good experience. And if I'm crafty enough and I manage to get out of my comfort zone, I'll get more connections from the people that I meet there just by not kissing their ass, but just like, oh, you're a good person. You might want to check out Vocal Artillery. Yeah. Oh, you're a good person. Have you seen HHCC? And that's not even offering value that I can give to them. That's offering me value, them value. We're like, yo, if you want to become bigger, get a bigger name out from the valley, you can do that. Check this out. And then by that, like Gary Vee said, you open them up to like yeah, oh, that's so cool, I'll follow you. And right there, that follow can be somebody else who follows my journey or whatever, post like see my post in my story, and then from there he'll be like, if I put us out like in a really emotional song, he'll be like, yo, this is dope, check it out. He posted up there and in his following, and then people from UCLA fuck with it, and then I might be like, get another opportunity to be like, yo, we really like this, come to our slam poetry meeting, blah blah. And from right there, I'll get an opportunity from just being friends and offering value to the person that I didn't even know at a open mic night that I couldn't even perform at. And I feel like, shit, I forgot what I was saying.
No, that's good.
Yeah. But yeah, dude. So that's me getting out of my comfort zone, and me making little footsteps here and there in order to go towards my goal. And in doing that, I have some good vlog footage. Now, with you, if you were able to, you can just like record your writing process, record different little things. You don't have to record everything, but just write out different, like, your goal is to be a rapper. So write out different things you can do throughout the week that, like, visit a poetry place, visit whatever. And then what you could do, like, for your weekly vlog is just like, all right, I'm going to record this part. I'm going to record this part of my life. I'm going to record this part of my life. And then put it out on a weekly basis. Plot like what time your followers listen to you most, put it out that. And then if you want to get some clout or whatever from people that like have some clout, or you can say, hey man, I mentioned you, or I used your song in this, and then say if you do solo song, Breathe Easy, you can use it towards the outro. You can put it out and be like, hey man, I used shouts out to Soul LUX for letting me use his song. And then he could see you, and then you could be like, yo, that's the homie's using my song for his outro, check it as vlog.
Wow.
And then you could gain your vlog, you could gain even more support just by putting out content. Because with you saying, oh, I'll wait till later, you're missing out on the opportunity that you have to gain even more of a following and more people supporting you.
Right. Wow. Well said, man. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
I never saw it that way. I can always use a back camera.
Yeah. Even if you can't perform, like I said, just offer value and get more followers, and then,
That's some clout right there.
Thanks, man.
That's that clout talk, bro.
Thanks, man.
All right. So, do you have any advice for up-and-coming artists? Like, hey, I want to start rapping, but I don't know where to start. What do I do?
Man, most homies that I know that are artists are very introverted. They're very, focused on their, inner self, which is cool. But a big thing I want you, or sometimes rappers are more extroverted and don't take time to analyze, their self internally. I feel like people need to get out of their comfort zone and act in a different way. So, for example, if there's somebody who's introverted, who puts out, who goes to Vocal Artillery once in a while, performs. I've seen, one of my, I'm not going to call her out because I don't, but she's cool. I talked to her. She's a really nice person. She just finished, doing some Vocal Artillery stuff. She's going to go to the Hollywood open mic. With her, since she's introverted, she should get out of her comfort zone and do something that's a little extroverted and just start talking to the people. And maybe people who she interacts with would be very Oh yeah, I'd love to see you in another deal, in another. I have something in my backyard with some homies from CSUN can go and you can perform there. You know, they have slam poetry parties that don't even like, you know, that go to other people's houses or dorms, and she can gain more of a following from going to those little things, and all that would come from her going like the little extroverted route instead of being introverted. For the extroverted people who are artists, maybe try doing something, thinking a little like internally, thinking like within yourself, like because sometimes people extroverted could come off as assholes. Maybe try, you know, not even that, like maybe people extroverted can be like, yo, check out this. What they can do is be like DM people, hey, what kind would you want me to write a song for you, and then you know, or hey, like what kind of stuff would you like me to do for you, or hey, or email, like, oh, not email, yeah, email, or you know, hey, certain promoter, like I can do what I DJ, like if you know I DJ, hey, I DJ, like I would love to come for you just for free, and then if you give me 5 minutes on the mic, then I'll go, like, and that's just interacting personally, because a lot of time extroverts, what they do is they put out a bunch of content, but they don't personally interact with people like you know, like introverted people could do, you know. And so I feel like just switch roles and even if you're not an artist, bro, just do what makes you feel uncomfortable, because a lot of the stuff that makes you feel uncomfortable right now in the moment are gonna pay off. Like working out, bro, like I was fucking 250. I had to wear my dad's clothes when I was in high school. I was fucking fat as shit, but I started working out, got out of my comfort zone, and now like I'm like 215. Thanks, man. Thanks, man. And like it all came from me just going out and, you know, doing this. Like, you know, girl I'm dating right now, I was scared as shit, but I was like, fuck it, let's eat at the buffet. Let's eat a Kickin' Cajun. We went to Kickin' Cajun. Yeah. I saw that she was eating like a pig like me, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna marry the girl. You know, it's just like shit that gets you out of your comfort zone, and then shit that's comfortable in the moment will seem good right now, but it's not gonna be good in the long run. For example, if I were to stay home, think about the girl, masturbate, I'd be sad because she would go with somebody else instead of me. Or say I wouldn't go to vocal artillery because I didn't want to go on stage, I'm scared. I would stay there, and I wouldn't have been able to make the connections that I could have. So just for anybody, like just life advice, do what makes you feel uncomfortable in the moment. It's really gonna pay off.
Those are very wise words.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, because a lot of times we're held back by our fears, the what ifs, what if nots, and most of the time we tend to, I don't know, think of the worst situations. And I think if we can, like, if we're able to overcome those, I mean, some fears are worse than others depending on the person, you know, past experiences, but, you know, I don't know. I think like I think a lot of people have like self-doubt. Well, you know, we can't do it. We're going to mess up. And if you listen to those long enough, man, you over time, you're not going to be able to do what you want to do.
I feel that.
You know, like, I don't know. I've definitely self-sabotaged myself a handful of times.
Me
just
too,
because
dude.
I was nervous. It's not going to be good. I'm going to mess up. I'm going to say I can't go. And I'm thinking back, those could have been opportunities. Like you said, yeah, definitely do what makes you feel uncomfortable to a reasonable degree. Yeah. You know, I think getting over your fears, and like you said, you mentioned stepping out of your comfort zone a lot, and I think that's a great life advice. Yeah. You know, from someone who's 20, someone who's 29, definitely. That's good you have that, because a lot of times when I was your age, I would definitely like cave into my fears and not do shit. I push it off to the last minute. Yep. I would duck opportunities. I would stuff like that. Yeah. You know, so the fact that you have that mindset now, when you're 20, you're young, barely reached 20. I'm leaving my 20s in a month. Dude, that's great. Thanks, man. If you keep up that attitude and your determination, I mean, shit, like, yeah, I have 9 years ahead of you, but like, dude, imagine if you have that determination and mindset 9 years from now, what you can accomplish, what you've accomplished. That's really good.
Thanks,
you know?
Man.
So, you know, life advice in general, like, that's good. Get out your comfort zone. And a lot of times you make things worse than it actually is. Yeah. Okay. So where can we find you on social media?
Everyone can find me in the bitch. Nah. Nickname yo bitch. No, they can find me at Fernando P 1997. That's Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat for dick pics, SoundCloud, YouTube. You can find me at Fernando Pey. You can find some cool stuff there, some little vlogs. If anyone's down to make me some vlog music, or if they want music for their vlogs or they're trying to start out, let me know. I can make you some boom bap beats. I won't charge you. If you want to collaborate with me, if you want me to go to your slam poetry, anything that is listening, hit me up at Fernando P 1997. You can hit me up on Twitter, Instagram. I'd love to work with you. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, man, for being on the show. I really appreciate it. Thank you once again for agreeing to come to the interview last minute. This is like less than 24-hour notice. I really appreciate
Thanks, man.
Hope you all enjoy this episode.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Stop this shit.
Hell yeah, boy.
Okay, stop.